Hey guys, this is Ed with CMC Reptiles. Want to do a quick video on this nasty heat wave we got here going in California. It is 114 degrees right now. Yesterday was 114 degrees. As you can see by this Tegu, he's not liking it. So he's kind of bathing, just sat in his water bowl, taking a little break, getting cooled off. And so I'm staying close to home today just to keep an eye on the animals that I do have outside. I brought in the ones that I felt wouldn't fare well in this heat, and that's the Central American wood turtles and the redfoot tortoises are inside. They're actually in the house. I put them in totes, so they are safe. This guy can handle the heat a lot better, but as you can see, he also needs to cool off. So I've been spraying him down, keeping him cool. He just crawled into his water bowl. He's also got a water bowl inside his hide there. Inside his hide is about 95 degrees. Out here is, like I said, 114. So it's sweltering. It's bad. What I did here to help the enclosure cool off, I put some white foam board on top to reflect the sunlight. I also put some insulation on the back paneling so the sun's not hitting it direct. So I got this thing covered pretty much from top to bottom. Put this extra paver mat on top so the sun isn't beaming down directly on him while he's sitting in his water. And I mean, that sun is freaking nasty right now. It is nasty, and this heat wave is going to last probably another 2 to 3 days. So I got to keep an eye on these animals, and we'll go check out the tortoises real quick. So you see the sulcatas are nice and cool in here. Let's gun it in the tunnel, see what it is. There we go, 83, 84, it's perfect. And I even missed this down 2-3 times during the extreme heat. So when it hits about 114, 115, I'll come out here a couple of times every couple of hours and just miss this area, just to keep it cool. Even though these guys could handle this pretty hot weather. I mean, these are desert tortoises, so they are used to it. But in the wild, they could dig deep and get out of that sunlight. That's why I made this little area for them. And this thing is about 10 feet long. And right where they're at, I got foam board over the top to where when the sun does come over the top, it hits that directly. So these guys are good. Normally the redfoots would be in here, and they have a nice deep tunnel area to dig, and it stays pretty cool down there because it goes down pretty deep. But I actually took them out, put them in a tub, brought them inside, because the redfoots aren't really used to this really extreme heat. Even though I'm sure they would be fine, I just don't want to risk it. These guys getting overheated, especially with these temps, because it definitely, even though we do get heat waves here, it's not normal to get between 114 and 117 degrees here in the Central Valley. The other guy I left out here is the red-eared slider, which he's completely fine in this. As you can see, he's nice and shaded. It's about 104 right now. And this guy, as you can see, he's doing just fine. I just basically changed his water, make sure he has nice, fresh, cool water in his tub. His tub's about 1.5 feet deep, and he's got tons of shade in here, as you can see. And these guys actually love basking in extreme heat. This guy actually will come out and sit in the sun when it's 100 degrees, just warming up, and then he jumps back in. So that water temp right now is about 80 degrees, which would be normal if he was even like out in the Delta here in California, which the surface temp is about between 84 and 87 degrees this time of year. So the water temp is perfect for him. And he has tons of shade. He doesn't have to worry about direct sunlight during the really hot part of the day. As you can see, the sun is just filtering through that tree right there. He'll get full sun in the morning, which is perfect for him, so it's not too intense. And late afternoon, he'll get some more full suns where he can come out and bask a little bit more. Normally the Central American wood turtles are in this enclosure. Again, I'm almost positive these guys would be completely fine because they're little hides that I built around the edges of this enclosure. Goes pretty deep. They have tons of dirt to bury in. It stays nice and cool. But again, 115 degrees. I don't want to risk these animals when it's just simple enough to just put them in a big tote, put some of their dirt in there, and just leave them in the house and not have to worry about maybe one of these guys flipping over and having issues. Because if any of these animals flipped over, they wouldn't make it in this heat for sure. All right, guys, so I'll keep you posted on this heat wave. We got a few more days of this, and I'll put the animals all back probably in the next 2 days. They'll be back in their enclosure, and we'll get back to more normal temps. All right, guys, I will talk to you later.